You've had it, Ananuki child. You've had it, Ananuki child. You've had it, Ananuki child.
I'll be on with you guys for a minute. I'm just trying to.
You've had it, Ananuki child. You've had it, Ananuki child. You've had it, Ananuki child.
Into the Gray with Ananuki child.
I need to make some work. But I'm just trying to. Really, I'm going live before I said that. I'm trying to just do whatever, and I just started, and I'm gonna find something to play, and then there's gonna be some music playing in the background, so I can go and finish doing a couple of things because it ain't 2:30 yet. But I am live. I am live. So kind of. Well, hey, there's me the other day. I need to work on this. Yeah, this is just little bad. But I'll be right back. No.
I've looked in my face in the mirror, and I saw a little more than those tears, and I wiped them away. Told myself that it would be okay. But sometimes that's a lie. Oh, what have I done with my life? Trying to get through another day, and I don't know if it will be okay. Gotta keep on keeping on, even though everything feels so wrong. Am I here or am I there? Don't know, I don't know anymore if I'm alive or dead. Whatever I said, I don't have any clue to even use. Sometimes it hurts to be alive. Sometimes it hurts just to try to strive. Sometimes I hurt being myself. Sometimes it hurts to feel like hell. Sometimes it hurts. Sometimes it hurts and I'm alright. Sometimes I don't know what side. Yeah. Sometimes it hurts to be alive. Sometimes it hurts just to try to strive. Sometimes I hurt being myself. Sometimes it hurts to feel like hell. Sometimes it hurts. Sometimes it hurts and I'm alright. Sometimes I don't know what side. Yeah. Sometimes it hurts to be alive. Sometimes it hurts just to try to strive. Sometimes I hurt being myself. Sometimes it hurts to feel like hell. Sometimes it hurts.
Oh, hello everybody. I'm I'm trying to debate on if I'm packing a bow or if I'm rolling one. And I don't know. I rolled one earlier and stuff like that, but that was way earlier. I haven't been smoking a lot lately. A lot of greenery, but I do. Did get a nice little package this past week. Well, just the other day. I believe it was Monday. Oh, I hope everybody's doing okay. I'm not showing a face right now, but I will soon enough. We're going to wait and see if anybody shows up, if anybody's around, if anybody, what else do I need to drop? I need to drop something else. Oh my God, I need to put something else in the chat, I guess. Give me just a second. Uh-oh. Okay, we'll go over here. We'll go over here. Go like this. Okay, I don't know what's going on here. Okay, I can't find it. Can't figure it out. Can't figure it out. Can't figure it out quite a bit. Okay, we're going to do that. I hope everybody's okay. I'm trying to figure something out here. What are you trying to figure out right now? Well, I don't know, man. Just trying to figure something out. Just trying to get in something here. So, this afternoon I'm just sitting here chilling. No biggie. Nobody should feel like they have to be here. Nobody should feel like they need to be here. If you want to be here, then I'm glad to have you here. That's the main thing, is I'm glad to see you. Glad to be here. This ain't working for me. I don't know what's going on there. Let's see here. Try it again. Try it again. Try it again. You know what I can do probably is, shit. It don't really matter. I was just trying to get I do know I did that last time. Wait, hold on. I do know that I did it. I know that I did it. I know I did. I know I figured it out the other day. Just gotta figure it out now. Okay. Okay. Oh, we'll get rolling here in a minute. Not all of the streams they're not always going to be, the greatest. I mean, I'm going to try to show and do my part, but I mean, you can't always expect people to be there. You can't always expect somebody like I'm learning. I gotta roll. I gotta keep it going. I gotta get better at this. I gotta know if there ain't nobody on panel with me. I just gotta keep going. I gotta keep learning, and I gotta keep trying to keep something somewhat entertaining anyway. A little bit. That's the way I look at it. That's the way I'm kind of trying to look at it. Now, I don't know why this is doing this to me. Send, receive. I can't find I can't get it to work. Can't get it to work. Okay, well, no big deal. No big deal. Let's just do this then. But I hope everybody's doing okay. I guess I'll drop a link in the chat if somebody thinks they want to join. We're not going to go for a big marathon today. Like, I'm going to be here at least an hour if things are going well. If we're at an hour and there's somebody in the chat corresponding back and forth with me, or somebody has joined on panel, and we're talking about something, you know what I mean? Kind of in between. And you know what I see and what I bean about a boom. But I'll tell you this. Oh, gosh. Let's just do it this way. Gray Cloud, let's just do it this way. So I did receive several packages this week so far. Really stoked about that. One of them was, my stuff that I'm fixing up right now to partake of. But I got some comics in the mail that I was excited about, and today I got in the mail a book that I'm going to show y'all in just a second that I want to be sharing. I'm the real Gray Cloud. We have Dennis Rodriguez in the house. Good to see you, man, or see you in the chat. But I've got, yesterday I wasn't feeling so hot, so I didn't really do anything. I made a couple of shorts or something, or one short, posted a video on X and explained, I was achy and kind of just, but the day before on Monday, I was go, was out and about for a couple hours, sending I've got the Colga Volume 1 off to Subjugates Comics. And then I did some shopping, picking up certain things that I still hadn't picked up. It was just kind of like and then I got home, started doing things at the house, at the trailer. And then I kind of felt it that later that night, and I didn't go to sleep too well. And I did sleep, but yesterday I was just feeling kind of down and physically aching. Had a crick in my neck at that. That was another thing. I'm out for a walk. Might need to grab some cash. I got you on that. I hear you. I'm trying to figure out why now. I'm not quite sure. It's weird. But let's see here. Kind of wondering if I need to go put that cover up over that window. Oh, might make the picture might turn out a little better, I guess. We're about to see. Yeah, it's probably better. Oh, today I cleaned out a cupboard too. I pulled all the stuff off the shelf, and there was like a mess back there where, like, sometimes in the winter there'll be mice or things get in here, rodents. But they had been trying to make, like, so I pulled everything out and got all that stuff out, cleaned that out, put things back in there. So I got this in the mail, just well, not in the mail, but UPS delivered this. It's the Book of God's Grief, a revelation of the emotional body of the infinite. Let me see. Now I follow this guy Noah. I follow him on X. He's part. I think he's still in the comics group thing, satire. He might have left. I don't know. I hadn't really paid attention. Of course, he's not there about comics. I do say it's deep shit too. It's just most everybody there is all in the comic scene, the comic skate or independent comic crowdfunding scene. So that's why I guess a lot of people don't. Now you get Dan from Godfell Universe. I can drop a couple of that. I can't wait to talk to him on a stream one day. Like be on a stream with him. You know what I'm saying? And get into some deep conversation. Of course, he knows a lot more than I do probably about a lot of things. But yeah, Noah's a visionary author and scholar whose work explores the depth of theology, psychology, and divine remembrance. Known for his profound language and spiritual insight, he writes to unveil the hidden dimensions of human suffering and the eternal compassion of the infinite guiding humanity back to the remembrance of its sacred origin. So there's some deep shit right there, buddy. Now I am uploading a video right now. I don't think. Hold on. Yeah, it might be. It's probably about done processing, but I've uploaded a video where I'm just talking to the camera, talking about yesterday, feeling like I felt, why I didn't really do a whole lot of anything physically or online. And then matter of fact, on that video, I opened up the package of this book, but then I didn't really read about on the back, but I've read this book. He offers it for free online. You can read it through Adobe. Like, I think I've got the link on the description of the video I'm uploading. But like for me, I really, really liked it. And it reads a lot like poetry. I'll show you, you see how it's laid out. It's not like, so it's written, it's very poetic. Um, and on the video I started off, I did read like a little bit. So here we go. The dedication says, for the one who suffered with us, and for all who still carry that sorrow, to the God who stayed, even when he could not hear him, to the love that did not forsake us, even when we turned away, to the quiet presence that waited through our anger, our forgetting, our despair, and still called us by name, and to those who wept and let him in, whose tears became the doorway back to heaven. You are the reason this book exists. Through your grief, the divine remembered itself. Through your pain, love found a way to speak again. You cannot afford to stop. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? Oh, you can't afford to stop and get some cash? And to those who wept and let him in, whose tears became the doorway back to heaven, you're the reason this book exists. Through your grief, the divine remembered itself. Through your pain, love found a way to speak again. May every reader who touches these pages feel the warmth of that same mercy and know that God never left. He was inside the breaking all along. I love that part. He was inside the breaking all along, that breaking feeling you get sometimes. And to my mother, whose quiet strength, care, and endurance taught me what love costs and what it saves. What are you going off about? What the heck? Oh, Beatty out there, murder. But that's just something to tell you. That's the dedication. And the funds for this book, like he does offer these words for free, and you can read it through Adobe. I recommend that if you have a computer, you can do it on the phone too, but if you have a computer, it's a lot easier. It's a bigger screen. You'll be able to. I just was like, I went ahead and ordered a copy because you can get it on Amazon, and I went ahead and did that. But a big portion of the money goes to help his mom. His mom has cancer and stuff, so he's set up like anybody that does purchase a book. I don't know. So, but it's a lot of people ain't going to take the time probably to read something for free on a computer, but you might get it. He feels like these words were given to him through his experience and everything, and it really should be free. But so you can read it for free. You can't download it though, but you can get the link and you can read it if you have Adobe. Okay, the epigraph says, between what was lost and what is found, there is always a silence waiting to be heard. In that silence, God remembers everything we tried to forget, every prayer that dissolved into exhaustion, and every tear that fell without a witness, every longing too deep for language. That is where love hides until we are ready to return. Not in the heavens above, but in the quiet we avoid, the stillness we fear to enter. And when we finally stop running, the silence does not condemn us. It opens its arms, and we discover that God was never gone, only waiting for us to listen. So this is going to be definitely fun. This is going to be exciting to read and do like a series. I'll probably do this daily till we get through it. It's an easy read. It flows. It's like the entire thing spoke to me. Like when I read it, I'd sit and read it that night. It's not a hard read, and it's got something, I don't know. Not everybody's into that. Some people are atheists and don't believe in anything, but you might still get something out of it. That's the truth. But I'm going to try to get into Horace H. Hoover, issue 2 today. I did read issue 1 yesterday. So even though I was feeling a little fuddy-duddy, I did manage to get issue 1 done in and read. So at least by Saturday, hopefully I've read at least 1 and 2. So, blah, 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 blah. Trying to figure out here real quick what I'm doing. Gonna try something here. Give me a second. Let's see. What the hell? Oh, there we go. Okay. Meant a day of no work and nothing to do. Weekends are relaxed though. Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, and yesterday, it's not like I work a job, but I had to, like, my body was not letting me, it wasn't cooperating with me. You know what I'm saying? It just wasn't working the way it's supposed to. And I was listening the best I could to it. God darn it. Trying to set this up right here. Hold on a minute. Now I was asked, is this a comic book stream? No, it's not, but I'm going to show off the first issue, a little bit of the inside. So we got, that's the first issue, and I read that yesterday. Doesn't look like my camera. I guess I don't have this set on mirror. How do you do that? I need it to mirror. How do I get it to mirror? Come on now. Anyway, so it's showing backwards. I don't know why it's doing that, but I'm not going to worry about it. You can just kind of see a little bit right now what we're looking at. Turns out, well, I don't know for sure because in the first one, it's not really explained what, I don't know if that's his head. I think I get the sense, because I'd accidentally opened up issue 2 and read the first page, and then I realized I was in issue 2. But he's obviously into the occult. I get the sense he might be like a spiritual being that's contained within this. And I don't know. That's what I hope once I get through the next few issues of it. Hopefully, I find out a little bit, because he does refer to it as a helmet, and everybody else is calling it a helmet. So I don't know if it's a helmet and there's a human head under there, or I get the sense he might be a gaseous type creature or something. Oh, settings and restream. Okay, let me see. Settings. I guess I go to video. Let's see, video. Okay, here we go. Maybe that works. I might have to go. Let's see. Give me a second. Go to here. Okay. Is it mirror? I might have the wrong okay, I guess it doesn't really matter, but I'm just trying to figure it out. Because I used to have it set where, you could see said stuff. I don't know, man. Let's try this. Yeah, well, I might have to go into my damn settings into my camera after this, because I remember I did have it set up. That means my damn video I made that's uploading is probably, but I wanted y'all to just see the art, basically. The words can be backwards, but you can get an idea of what we're looking at, man. I like the reds. I like the tone of the colors. So anyway, And no, this stream isn't going to be all about comics. I just wanted to show, I just got Horace H. Hoover, been talking about it to other people. This is all wonky seeming right now. Like, I'm not talking about the Eric July comic book that's coming out by Chuck Dixon, Seaman. I guess y'all can go to ripaverse.com or some shit and order that. But but I am anticipating getting into this. I'm going to try to knock out the second issue today as well. So that's what I'm looking at. And then from there, let's do this, Gray Cloud. Nobody wants to just look at the table. But that Book of God's Grief is something that I'm going to read. Take my time. I read it quickly on the Adobe, but I was getting frustrated when I was trying to pull it up on Adobe like this past week. And since I got paid, I went ahead and ordered a copy, knowing that it also a portion of the money goes to help treat his mom and stuff. And he's got like a nonprofit foundation that he's formed and all that kind of stuff. So, and I do, gosh darn it. And, I do communicate with him a little bit on X. And he has emailed me and let me know, like, he is a busy person. He's working on books and he has a nonprofit foundation. I don't know what else he does, So I know he's a busy person. He told me sometimes it takes him a minute to realize someone's messaged him because between emails and messages on X and wherever else he is, I can imagine. So how are you doing all right today, Dennis? I guess you're working, always working. Oh, he's a working man. And this was I didn't have any kind of real thing about what I was going to do on this stream. I thought if somebody come into the chat or somebody pops on screen, we'll just kind of go from there, is the way I look at it. If you didn't see the pictures, God darn it. There you go. I hadn't wore these yet, but got them 2 days ago. Like some of the panels from the old earlier Marvel comics when it was still way before it like fell completely kind of off the map. It seems like some of what I see people talk about that is kind of mainstream now from Marvel or DC. Some of the stuff seems to be going back in a direction where some people are kind of, I really don't know. I don't care. I'm not going to buy big mainstream stuff. Unless it's at Ollie's or, Cheap Ben and it's something just for fun. Oh, and by the way, I also got, I don't know if you can see that well, but there you go. Off Topic Show. My buddy Matt from Off Topic Show. The shirt ain't here yet, but I didn't know these were coming. He didn't tell me that I was getting some pins, but these are cool, and I can't read this right now. Where'd my glasses go? This one says, I believe this says, fuck the New World Order. But I probably can't get it to where you can read that from here. Like it's just a phone camera. What I can do, I bet, is turn it around though, huh? And then you might see it a little better. Yeah, that's not too bad. Can you see it? But it's still reversed. So I got to figure that out. I got to figure that part out. Be honest with you, I think it's in I might have to go into my camera and check it. But I'm not going to do that right now. Because I don't know. Yeah, I don't know what the setting would be for me to change that. You know what I'm saying? I really don't. I guess it's irrelevant. So let's get back to this. And there's Matt. I like doing it the other way though. It looks the camera's a little bit better that way. There's old Matt. That's gonna go on one of my hats or something. Damn it. Very cool dude, very funny guy. Talks about political or all the dumb shit going on in the world, and he makes good, sarcastic jokes. He's a reachable guy. He interacts with people. He's just a real dude, and that's what's kind of cool, you know. So there you go. Oh, relevant. And if you just showed up, this is just a stream. It's kind of chill, but it can be about anything. We can talk about just about anything here. I was talking to somebody the other day. I had wrote some of these things down when I was in church, but I was talking to somebody this past weekend, and we had a real deep conversation. Talking about the second coming, I wrote down like for an idea. Now, this ain't right now, but is the second coming in the now? Yeah, it's in the now. It's right here. And I was talking about, now this is going to be far out there for some people, but you know, depending on what your belief system is, it's not so much a second coming as a slap in the face and go, hey, I've been here the whole time. I never left. I'm right here, right now, right beside you, right ahead of you, right above you, right below you, right to each side of you, right behind you, the whole way. If you don't get it, you don't get it. If you do get it, you do get it. Welcome everybody, man. We're just kind of hanging out for a minute. Let me drop a link again just in case. If you feel like you might want to contribute here to Gray Cloud Sanity, I guess, or Insanity. I don't know. And don't feel like you have to join. Being in the chat's just enough. Or just even listening is enough. I might get up and walk around outside for a minute. I don't know yet. Still kind of but I haven't. I'll tell you what I've also not been doing for the past couple of days is I've not been taking in any coffee or anything real with caffeine in it for the past couple of days. Then there's another supplement type thing that I use sometimes, but I try not to overuse it, and so I'm not doing that for the past few days. So that kind of affect like when you get used to like now with caffeine, I go through phases where I don't have to have coffee every day anyway, so it's not a big deal. There's periods where I'm not really taking a lot of caffeine in, but you know, and then I've said if I do, I try to wait up an hour at the least, up to 90 minutes before I have any caffeine and stuff in the day. So once I've got up, once I've made a few walks around the trailer, I walk down the road and back, kind of got going, getting things like made a video or two, maybe done some chores in the trailer, whatever it is. At some point, I've already got the coffee made or the tea made that has the caffeine that I'm going to use for the day, or and I usually just have a few cups or whatever. But yeah, I'm trying to just kind of take a break from too much caffeine. Oh, hey, there you go, man. Hold on a minute, buddy. Sorry, man. Should I play? Well, okay.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I'm trying to on my computer. It brought you up on screen, but it's like showing. If it take, give me a second. I got a touch screen. Okay, just give me a second. I wasn't doing that on purpose.
No, I got my picture off here. I'm not camera ready today. I might come on. I don't know if people really want to see me.
Well, no,
Dude,
I
I've
mean,
been scratching my face. I've got bad sleep apnea, and I guess I've been clawing up my face at night and freaking man, it's not good at all.
oh,
Let's see if we can see. See, looky here. I just got all the scabs off here, and up here. Yeah, man. My wife says I like claw my face at night, and I think it's because of lack of oxygen. You know, like sleep apnea. It's like obstructed breathing. You know, so like
yeah.
I'll have these bad dreams and start like scratching my face. I think it's trying to like get air or something. I don't know.
Well, you know that that's strange. Okay, I got everything fixed. I was having a trouble, man. Like when you first came on, I'm seeing you on the phone, but it wasn't showing up on my computer. So, but I forget you have to reload pages sometimes.
Hey,
But when you were talking about that, it makes me sometimes I don't know what I'm doing, but like I'll get scratches on my head and stuff, and I don't remember like do anything to my head, but I think I'm scratching or like maybe scratching at my head and just not realizing because I got. But I
while
don't
you're
know. So you're
sleeping, or just while you're sleeping, or just hanging out, you
like
just
during the
subconsciously do it.
it's always like I don't remember scratching my head during the day and stuff. I think I'm either doing something at night or whatever. Like I just always am finding little scabs or something. And I'm like, what the hell did I do to my now? Of course, that doesn't mean that I didn't do something and rub my head and I've just forgot and I'm just now. But it's been happening like a while, and I think that sometimes at night or something I'm doing like I must be, like semi-conscious or something, and I'm scratching my head. I'm not realizing maybe I've got a nail that I needed to clip and I ain't thought about it.
Yeah,
Like that's the only
right
thing I can
on.
figure.
I thought
Is
about
that
going on and making a cross. Just go ahead and dig the other side out, and make a big cross. Or I could go the Charles Manson route, and go ahead and do the.
is that from what she was saying? She thinks you're doing like
Oh,
you were
she.
putting your face at night. Is that where you got that
Yeah.
little?
Well, see, she said I woke up to myself scratched, like because it'll hurt and I'll be bleeding and like feel a piece of skin, and it's normally like when I'm having a nightmare or something. But
Okay.
I think that's happening because I'm not breathing properly. So it's like a natural reaction to like, I don't know. Plus I wear my CPAP
Are you
mask too.
is it
Yeah.
CPAP or
Yeah.
whatever?
When
You
I
have
do
sleep.
wear it. Yeah.
Hey, well, it's cool that you're here, man. That's why
I
I was
wanted
asking.
to I wanted to jump on the conversation about the coming of Christ or whatever.
Oh yeah,
You were just talking about before I hopped on.
I was having a talk. I guess it was Saturday. It was James. He's been on here before, and he's sometimes in the chat. I should have told him I was going live, but I hadn't talked to him in a long time. It's like it'd been several weeks or so that I had talked to him. I don't remember the last time. It's like you, like you know what I mean. But we had there was a pocket of time that I got to talk to him on Saturday, and we were all over the place, and we got to talk about the second coming, and then I had found this piece of paper that I had took some notes while I was at church, and the reason I knew it was at church is because down here. Now this don't have to do with on the top of it. I had wrote talking points for a video stream. Is the second coming in the now? And that's for me. It is like I think what we're seeing now. Some people can disagree with me. I mean, I'm not here to be telling anybody that, but I think it's interesting because I believe that's where you really find God is in the moment. And the way it's been explained to me from what guides me, is that it's kind of like a lot of people talk about Christ as if, oh yeah, Christ, my friend, I pray, but they don't necessarily address Christ as if he's really here right now. like right here, like beside with me. I don't know if that makes any sense. A lot of times you hear it talked about as in some far off future, like still waiting on it. And he's still there with us, you know. Anyway, sorry.
Well,
Uh,
okay. So, do you know? I guess that kind of plays into post-trib and pre-trib. Do you know what post-tribulation and pre-tribulation is?
yeah, I do.
All right. Or can you bring? Are you able to look it up and read the difference?
Oh, hold on. I guess, yeah, I could do that.
Just to anyone that's curious, before I go on some rant.
No, like, hold on. Give me a second. I've got to, okay. So what I do is, because I just
Or
got to do it on my
I got a tablet right here. I can look it up.
Well, no, I mean, I wasn't thinking about it. I was going to do it. Like, now that you brought it up, I'm going to try to see what I should pull up something real quick. Just a quick, what is it, synopsis or something? So, post-trib.
Post tribulation versus pre tribulation.
No, I know about it. And like, then there's a whole nother, like, anyway, there's another rabbit hole we could go down, but I'm not. So let's just stick to where we're at. But have you ever seen that some people in the Christian faith believe that the book of Revelation really has already happened? And
Exactly. That's what I'm getting to with the post trib and pre trib because
so I'm going to read what it says right here. You want me to read it?
Okay. Yeah.
Anybody out there, if you can hear, you know, I don't know. There's one person watching now. Maybe we ran out. I know this is fun though. This is what I wanted to do. You know, I put let that light shine or something, and in the description I said, this is about just whatever, like, you know, like let's talk about whatever comes to mind, really.
Well, let's get it. Yeah.
So, if anybody's in, and you know, like if someone catches this, or plus I can clip some of this out and make a little shorter, you know what I mean, after the fact. So anyway, stop worrying, Gray Cloud, start reading. Tribulationism and post-tribulationism are opposing views on the timing of the rapture relative to the 7-year tribulation. Pre-tribulation holds that Jesus raptures the church before the tribulation to escape God's wrath. Post-tribulation asserts the church goes through the tribulation and is raptured at the second coming, which occurs at the very end of the period. Timing of the rapture, pre-tribulation believes it occurs before the 7-year period begins. Post-tribulation believes it occurs at the end of the 7-year period. Now, yeah, I know all that because, like, I go to a church that's Pentecostal and they are very much, you know, like they believe that, like, if you're saved, then you won't be here during the actual tribulation.
Exactly. So that would be pre-tribulation then, right? So us believers will be took away before the 7-year period of hell here on earth, pretty much.
I don't want to. I'm just stating what type of church I go to. That doesn't necessarily, like, I'm not going to get into, like, I'm not going to necessarily
their beliefs. You put beliefs in their mouth.
You know, like those are things I don't mind to share, but like I brought it up though, didn't I? I said it's the second coming now. Like I don't believe that. I believe Christ has been here the entire time. He's been right there just waiting. Like all that say, he's just waiting for the right moment, and then he's gonna go, boom, I've been here. Hey, and everybody else is gonna be looking in the wrong direction at the wrong time. Like a thief in the night, you'll be surprised. Anyway,
yeah.
Great Cloud damn mouth. No, I'm just speaking that I kind of have. I come from a viewpoint where I find both sides interesting. I was raised. Now I don't know about you, but I was always raised like I was. If I went by what I was taught, every church I went to, I think, like I went to Baptist church, I went to Methodist church. I believe they believed also that the church is going to be in the. If I'm correct, I don't remember which churches are. I think Catholics might be thinking the rapture already happened, or you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. Well, see, that's kind of what I was gonna get to is okay. So whether you believe pre-trib or post-trib, some people, like you said, believe that the rapture already came. Okay. Well, in the Bible, it claims that when the Antichrist comes or whatever, you'll be given a decision, and they
Yeah.
you get on your knees, and they say, "Are you a believer of Jesus Christ and God, or are you not?" And they behead right then. So that's going to be like, I guess, the last chance to get into the kingdom is, hey, are you a believer or not? And you get beheaded. And most people to spare their lives, they're going to be like, no, I'm not a believer, And I guess given the moment, it could be very hard. But also, say you're on the fence believer, right? And like you see all this shit happening, and all the real Christians disappeared during the rapture or whatever. It should be a somewhat easier decision, because you're like, okay, well, God already came, and I obviously missed the train. So like, do you want to live here on earth, or you would know that something mystical is happening, and that's your choice. To get into the kingdom or not.
Right.
It's just that's a crazy. It's just crazy to even think about, really, like for anyone to get like a second chance or whatever. But I would like to hear from a Bible scholar or something, and hear like exactly what they would think on that situation.
It depends on which type of school of theology they went to. I've this was something that I think the same person that I had this conversation with on Saturday, James, I believe we were talking about that like I've watched, there's a couple of different like guys that I watched that I kind of admire because they did go to school, they know the Hebrew, the da da da. But then you also get conflicting views. Like one of them tries to do it completely neutral wise, where the other one is kind of like you can see where his biases lead. And you're going to get
Well,
that.
there's so many different translations is the deal. I think the
But I
Bible
mean,
is the most translated thing
someone that knows
ever.
the actual languages it was translated from that can tell you the actual Hebrew, Greek, Latin words, whatever
Right.
translated from.
I think the barrier from Ethiopia or some shit.
Yeah, I don't know. I kind of what I do know is for me the word dwells in me. So like it's not about having 66 collected books that some people found out in the desert somewhere and put together and then go, whoop, here's the word of God. The real
Right.
word of God dwells in you. Like I don't know if that makes any sense. Like I don't have to read it from a piece of paper to know
Well,
what
I guess I guess it's just faith. I guess is what you're trying to say, then,
I
right?
mean, like in the beginning was the word, and the word was with God, and the word was God.
Right.
You know?
Right.
So the word is there already. It's not about like I think too much attention is put into these books. Uh,
Yeah.
there's a
I
lot
guess,
of
yeah,
like
it's just faith of your interpretation of the word.
because some people like I do have an audience, but I can't speak other than for myself based on my studies, my knowledge, and my relationship with the Creator. All I can speak is like I'm not going to sit and try to convince anybody of anything else. It's just such as like this type of topic. I don't think I could talk with to certain people that are like at the church. I don't think I could bring this up and not get a bunch of like. Does that make sense? Like it sounds like me and you can sit here and talk about it. Like when you asked me if I knew the difference, I was like, yeah. And then you had like when you was like, can you pull it up? And I was like, well, shit. Why wasn't I thinking about that? It's like because it refreshes my memory. Yeah, I knew what you were talking about, but to read off even just that little bit, now it's got the brain a ticking. Uh, I do think that what the rapture is in the sense of what people think it is not necessarily going to be the way they think it is. If that,
Oh, really?
I'm being very vague, and I'm a big proponent of. It's weird to me because it is true that the whole rapture thing really didn't come about till what it was in the 1800s and something. And that's when the Pentecostal movement really got going. I don't even I've heard this guy's name brought up several times over the past month or two, and so it's kind of fresh on my brain. You know, he was someone that was like came up with the idea because, like, if you ever seen those, anyway, tell me to shut up anytime. And Anna Nookie Child, Nookie Child.
I'm still listening.
Let me look at the nature of the rapture. Or well, so we already discussed the difference is that one believes that the church will be here.
We live right,
and the other thinks they're going to be whopped up into the clouds and they're not going to be here. They're not going to have to worry about it. Okay, well,
I don't know.
I know I'm going to be here.
I wouldn't mind seeing the end. I don't know. It sounds. I don't know. I see so many movies about all that shit. I'm like, I don't know. I could survive a zombie apocalypse. But
and then it says the nature of the rapture. Pre-tribulation sees the rapture as a secret event distinct from the second coming. Post-tribulation views the rapture and second coming as a single public event where believers meet Jesus in the air and immediately return with him to earth. Yeah, and I've also heard, I brought this up to my friend the other day. He had not heard about it, and I need to look it up. This would be something to do more deep diving in, and then once we get some. But I'm glad you joined just so that we could test out. I already know that we have good, like I know this, not to sound gay to anybody out there, but the chemistry by talking to you on the phone, I know that once we were on panel together, you know what I mean? We both have similar interests. We're kind of like our brains are scattered sometimes, but when you get to talk to someone that has a lot of information similar to yours or has a lot of thought process similar to yours, it's nice. And you can bounce ideas back and forth. And it's, I knew that the good dynamic would be there. Does that make sense? Kind of like,
yeah, for sure.
Well, like for me, like when I played in music with other people as a drummer, you know, there was I was never someone that could just sit in and play with anybody. I either clicked with someone or I didn't. And like sometimes I just did, like there was something about the way they played or something, or the way that I played didn't click with the way they played. Not that neither one of us were both bad. It's just it didn't work out, you know. But and I found in life that kind of goes about being that way with friendships, romantic relationships, business relationships. All through your life, you're going to find that. I don't know, or I have. I see the similarity in if that. I don't know. I feel like I'm just rambling now, but you get what I'm saying.
I
So
do.
it says post-tribulation views the rapture and say, okay, as a single event. Purpose of the tribulation, pre-tribulation argues that tribulation is for judging the unbelievable world. Daniel's 70th week for Israel. I don't know what that. I guess that's a reference. Post-tribulation argues the church remains to endure persecution, often pointing to believers enduring until the end. You know, it's kind of like what you got is what you got in Revelation, and then you got a little bit of glimpses and little metaphors or sly, kind of like things that Jesus kind of says towards the end before he gets put on the cross and stuff. You know, what it sounds to me like you have two different sides. They're both speculating. What is it? Because we're not given if you go by what it says, like in Revelation, it kind of lays it out. I thought I need to read it again. I've read Revelation so many times at one point, but it's never too late. It's good to refresh your brain sometimes. Like, you know, a few years ago, I started from Genesis and just read all the way to from one book to the next. Like usually, most of the time with the Bible, I'll just open it up wherever, or if something's referencing something, I'll look it up. But yeah, that was fun to do. Just to do it again in my life. Don't let me just
I'm trying to think of this Bible verse that I don't know if it was Revelations or Daniel, but it's like talks about a moth or something that's supposed to come, and it's got the power of 10. It's got like a sting of a scorpion's tail, and like breathes fire and all, and it's got the face. It's got the face of a man or something, and it really got me thinking. It sounded like a helicopter. It sounded like an Apache helicopter.
Hold on, I can probably find it. It's in Revelation. Why don't I just type to see? Because I know what you're talking about.
It's creepy. Once you read it and with that context, like it gave me goosebumps, and I was like, "Holy shit, that's a fucking powerful war helicopter."
Oh, I think it's more akin to what I think. What it is probably alluding to myself is what I think. Because hold on, let's. I'm pulling up what.
I think it's like just put in like scripture of moth with a scorpion tail with the face of a man or something like that.
Something about okay, the locusts in Revelation 9:3 through
Yeah,
11
yeah.
are supernatural demon-like entities released from the abyss during the fifth trumpet judgment to torment unsealed humanity for 5 months. Described as having human faces, women's hair, lion's teeth, and scorpion-like tails, they symbolize intense divine
Yeah.
judgment and unstoppable demonic torment rather than literal insects. I could see it being something that the one world government creates that is like
Right.
you know, got them little tiny ass like things the size of a fly now. They could engineer something that comes out in swarms that like locust
Yeah,
size.
has the powerful sting of scorpion. Yeah. What
like it could,
do you have the actual scripture there? Can you read the actual Bible verse?
hold on. Revelation 5th Trump. I'm looking at the screen and I'm trying to okay, hold on. Let's see if this pulls up for me to read easily. I'm glad you joined it. Like, you know, I had a little bit of time where like I just needed to, and I hadn't streamed it, you know, because Monday I was busy. This ain't pulling up like it quick. Of course, I'm just using a hotspot, so let me try this again. Actually, I've got the Bible right here. Why don't I just look it up?
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, the good old fashioned way.
I've got several Bibles, but you know what I mean? Let me go back and see what this says. Revelation 9:3 through 11. And this is like, I think it's a newer version of the King James. It is a King James, but I don't really get into all that either. I don't care. Like some people are all about King James, some about this and that and other. You know, like it's kind of like if it makes sense to me, that's what I'm going to go with, because I never could deal with the thou and thee and all that kind of stuff, and that's just me. I like it kind of written in anyway. You get what I'm saying? So 9, so that'd be 9 3 to. I'm just going to read from where 9 starts, because it says, then the fifth angel blew his trumpet, and I saw a star that had fallen to earth from the sky, and he was given the key to the shaft of the bottomless pit. When he opened it, smoke poured out as though from a huge furnace, and the sunlight air were darkened by the smoke. Then locusts came from the smoke and descended on the earth, and they were given power to sting like scorpions. They were told not to hurt the grass or plants or trees, but to attack all the people who did not have the seal of God on their foreheads. They were told not to kill them, but to torture them for 5 months with agony, like the pain of scorpion stings. In those days, people will seek death, but will not find it. They will long to die, but death will flee away. Holy shit. Oh, did you disappear? What happened? Okay. I didn't know you weren't there.
I'm here now, I think. Yeah, I got booted somehow. I don't know what happened. I think I lost signal.
Oh, okay. Well, I was like reading and I looked up and you hadn't been gone that long, though, had you?
No, I heard it. Yeah, that verse, it sounds to me like it could be sort of like, aircraft or helicopter, and like, yeah, it's precision for it not to destroy the earth. That means it's precision striking, it could even be drones,
The way that it describes it to me, like I'm going to go to the next part too, but being that they're referring to them as locusts, but then it's like God's giving the locusts a command. Don't fuck with because locusts normally would be messing with crops and plant, like eating on, like they wouldn't be. But he's like, these particular things are meant just for man, But I think the description, I didn't remember this. The locusts looked like horses armed for battle. They had gold crowns.
See,
on
that's
their heads.
armor. That
Yeah,
makes
and
me think of like the shape of a locust. Think of like a metal aircraft, the shape of a locust with the wings, and then the armor, and then it has like a scorpion's tail type sting, like Stinger missiles, like, and then the face of man that could be inside the cockpit, like, I don't know, it's just crazy, or even like a stealth bomber or something like that.
But there's supposed to be a lot of stuff that goes on. The locusts look like horse. Okay, they had gold crown. Their hair was long like the hair of a woman, and their teeth were like the teeth of a lion. Yeah, I do know that when they're able to bite you, not just sting you, like they're able to fucking like really torture you. They wore armor made of iron, just like you were. And their wings roared like an army of chariots rushing into battle. So that does make it sound like something bigger than just a normal sized locust. You're talking about like, I don't even know, man. Really, like they had tails that stung like scorpions with power to torture people. This power was given to them for the 5 months. Their king is the angel from the bottomless pit. His name is in Hebrew is Abaddon. Abaddon, and in Greek it's Apollyon, the destroyer. Oh, cool. Now I understand why they call it the Godfall universe is first beginning of their timelines called Apollyon 20XX. The first terror is past, but look, 2 more terrors are coming. Then it goes on, to talk about the 6th trumpet. Oh, wait, are you there? Shit.
Yeah, I'm here.
Something
I'm
just
here.
happened when
I'm still here on my end.
Yeah, I'm here. My phone, the black, I don't know why, but the phone went black for a second. Like it went to where I had to open it back up, put my code in. See, I was reading. This has been nice though, because that's the reason like I'm not concerned about like sometimes there's people, sometimes there ain't. Rodriguez was here. There were several people watching or listening, but it'll drive you insane. Like watching you, after you did live the other night. I didn't mean to just shift the whole entire fucking conversation, but there's Tank Ferret though. We got Tank Ferret. Cool. Tank, we were talking about the Book of Revelation, talking about the locust. It'd be kind of cool to see somebody interpret what it describes there, like somebody that, like an artist. I'm sure that's been done plenty of times throughout history, but like someone that like I don't know. I was just thinking some pretty descriptive stuff there. See, you didn't work today, man?
Did I? No, it's raining here today.
That's right, dude.
Yeah, I saw some deal. A plane had been shot down. A U.S. Airplane had got shot down, or some sort of mechanical failure. And the dude had to eject in Kuwait or whatever. And they were like surrounding our pilot with this dude had a pipe, and like the guy's like, I'm American, looked crazy, but the dude never reached for his sidearm, and it got me thinking. And he was surrounded by several Kuwaiti or Iraq people or whatever, and I'm like, why didn't he ever show his sidearm? I don't know if he was trying not to panic people, or maybe pilots don't carry. Surely they carry a sidearm.
They got a firearm.
You have to. I mean, you would have to have a 45 or something on you.
Like saying, did something happen to him?
No, actually, they ended up. A couple cool guys came up to him and they're like, "You're safe. You're safe. Thank you for your service." Blah blah blah. I guess to liberate Iraq or whatever. Anyway, so I guess last I heard, someone like took him in and drove him to safety or whatever. But it was crazy. I just saw the video, and all these people were surrounding him and like had weapons and shit. And the dude's like, I'm American. And hell, he had just bailed out of his plane and shit. And You could tell the
Well, he
dude was really
pulled
shook
firearm,
up.
but they had weapon. I mean, if he had like he was trying to pulling his firearm, like it might have got him hurt quicker. I don't know.
Yeah,
I'm sure
that's what I was thinking too.
Tank was in the military. I can't remember what Tank might know a little bit if he's still there. Tank, do you hear us talking? And I'm pulling it up right now, like seeing it. Like I'm not gonna play it anything really right now. Like I see something from CNN 2 days ago. Pilot seen on the ground after multiple U.S. planes crash. Three U.S. F-15s down in Kuwait. What happened? So I guess was one of them that guy? I guess. I'm trying to find something directly about the one. Kuwait seen helping U.S. fighter pilot after plane shot down. Okay, that's 1 day ago. I see it. That's the Times of Israel. No, it's because like I haven't yesterday I didn't do much of anything, and I actually was napping a little bit and all kind of stuff just because I didn't feel that great. Trying to get my energy to a certain point, and why is this taking forever? I'm trying to pull up an article. My shit's all slow. I guess it's not that important. I see that what you're talking about. I was going to find something real quick, but Tank says Revelations is a fun one. Yeah. See, I have a little bit of energy today, so that's why I wanted to do something. And then plus, I was like, you didn't know that. You were like, is it the comic book one? And I was like, no. Like, usually during the week, anytime I'm going live, it's just for whatever reason. Saturdays is called Comics Group, but we end up talking. We don't always just talk about comics either. So, what does he say? Friendly fire. Apparently, they had their transponders off. Standard when flying into enemy airspace. Oh, okay. He's explaining a little about the thing that we're talking about, I guess. Okay. Cool. Well, it's just cool that somebody's in the chat that has been in the military can give a little bit of, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I get some insight on it for sure.
Yeah. Oh, and this past week, like one of the last streams I did pull up an article about because I took the book, I'd read from the book The Way of the Wizard. I might have told you that, but it was by Deepak Chopra. And then within the last 2 weeks, I saw where, like, I wasn't really a huge fan, but I'd read a couple of books and liked him. I've been building my Redbubble and making an intro for my Skyrim playthrough. Cool. Yeah, I need to check out Redbubble. That's what a lot of people tell me to do. It's a good place to go. You can create a little shop there, and like do like shirts and things like that. I don't know what else. Charlie, that's doing the horror comic, told me about that the first time. But what was I just talking about? Man, I'm losing my train of thought. I'm trying to keep up with the chat and
I don't know. I guess we were just both talking about that airplane crash.
yeah, but I was
There was also in my mind. I was just thinking, and it just slipped.
I pulled up something from the Epstein files, and it was because it was about the author of the book, The Way of the Wizard.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I was on the stream and I pulled up the article. I'm gonna probably go a little bit more into it at some point, maybe do a little, but like after finding out like he had any involvement and was emailing that fucker and they were like gross, just fucking, it's like, hey dude, like I just don't like I can separate somebody's life from this and that, but I didn't want that up those videos that I'd read from that book and shit. I don't want to be promoting that dude now. Or, like, even though but who's Chris Cappy? Chris Cappy is a great source for the Iran war. Is it Cappy or Copy? Do you know who he's talking about? No opinion, no bias, no spin, just facts from a military nerd. I might have seen him before. Have you ever heard of him, Ananuki?
What's his name?
Chris Cappy or Copy? Like Cappy?
It kind of sounds familiar. I don't know.
I'm gonna pull it up real quick. Well, man, everything's like acting slow right now for some reason. Let me see if I can though.
Yeah,
kinda-
they'll never release.
Do I? What'd you say? Yeah, I think you're cutting out or something. But we won't stay on too much longer. I'm just gonna, yeah, cut. Are you back? I can hear you now.
I'm back. I think
What
I'm
would
back.
Yeah, you're back. There for a
Yeah.
second, I see Chris Cappy or Cop. I don't know if I've ever actually, I probably have came across him at some point. Like just scrolling through YouTube or something, I imagine, but I could be wrong. But now I'm going to check it out, just see, especially if he's like what'd he say? Great source for the Iron War, no opinion, no bias, no spin, just fact from a military nerd. So I'm assuming he was also in the military, not just a military nerd, I guess. He's like, well, I could be wrong. Assuming things makes me an ass and an asset of someone else, don't it? Quality military analysis without spin. Okay, I got it. Yeah, I found anyway, I was saying I wasn't going to run this one very long anyway. I just wanted to kind of and I was mainly trying to, like, if you showed up, I just wanted to get a stream in where it's both of us on here, like because it don't start unless we start it, right? Like, not that this is an
Right.
official name of the, like, we will move into that at some point, but I figured just having you on and like seeing that it works, seeing, you're always going to have issues. I'm just on a laptop and I use a hotspot off the fucking phone. It's not like and I don't know a whole lot about stuff. He was an average everyday infantryman. Okay, so the guy we're talking about. Cool. But
Did you happen to listen to any of those Art Bell or Coast to Coast phone calls?
yeah, I had that whole thing playing in the background. That video that you of that channel that it was like it's about 45 minutes or something, and it goes through all the different like that one phone call. Is that the one that it starts with? I thought it goes into several different, but the one that I remember, isn't it in the beginning? Or is that in the middle of it? Because there's a bunch of different ones. But the one where the guy gets on there talking about aliens or interdimensional beings, blah 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 blah, and then everything just goes dead and all that. What happened? Why does it keep booting you? Are you back?
Can you hear me?
Yeah. I don't
I'm
know
back.
I'm gonna reload this page again, but it might be on your, you should. Well, if it's raining there and stuff, maybe there's signals. I don't know.
It's
you
possible.
It ain't really a big deal. You know what I mean? Shit like that. Oh, Tank says he loved Coast to Coast. Yeah, Tank, this is Ananuki Child here with me. So this is the guy that I've been talking about for several weeks when I do go live, that, and showing little, by the way, why don't I pull that up? I think I did earlier. But since you're here with us, I need to make some more things like just so funny bullshit, but I thought, well, let's do this real quick to show that.
Into the Gray with Ananuki Child, covering strange topics.
I kind of like that because it says covering, it's like the other one was the first one I did, but I was going to show you. I got to delete that one, but
It didn't show the full thing. It just showed the very end.
oh, did it? Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
there was some. Okay, hold on.
To the Gray with Ananuki Child, covering strange topics.
Give me a second. gonna make it big and
Into
show
the
it.
Gray with Ananuki Child, covering strange topics.
Now, of course, you know what I would want to do is come up with something longer. Like, there's people that I know that are good or can and might be able to make like a few intros for different things I'm doing. You know, like
Dude,
just
I
got
really like one with the UFO too that just flies across the screen.
oh
That
yeah,
shit's really cool too.
You've had it, Ananuki child.
this one turned out pretty good. Like it really does look
You've
like
had
you.
it, Ananuki child.
All of a sudden,
That's fun. You've had it.
like when you hit the wall, dude, it's like your eyes are like, holy shit, Michael's here.
Right.
Like, but yeah, let me pull up that one. Yeah, so the idea tank, of course, you've heard us talk, or you've heard me talk about it, and the Nucky Child has been in the chat a couple different times. I don't know if you've been there. Tank, I do believe you might have been in a chat at time or two, and he might have been on with me, or he's been in the chat when you were there. But let's see. I don't know if I'm hitting the right one or not. Yeah, that ain't it. That ain't the one that we like the most. Let me find. See, what I need to do is eliminate the ones that, like, if we agree on, because this is the one.
Yeah, I like that one.
I like that.
It reminds
Like,
me of Flight of the Navigator.
Yeah, like I don't remember what I said as far as, you know, I told it to put some music behind it, like in a certain style, and I don't really remember what I, you know, I'm not spending a lot of time. Like, it would be different if I was paying for you know, like a more advanced version of something that where I
Right.
could have all these different features and make longer videos and experiment more. But right now, I'm not in any position to be paying for that type of shit.
Right.
Just come up with something simple that's 6 seconds long, you know, here and there. Now, what Charlie did that's making the Tommy's horror comic, you know, the video, he did that trailer where it looks like real people. It looks like a 1970s trailer for a fucking horror movie, you know. He used Grok, he used ChatGPT, he used every free 6 minute or however many limited seconds he had to make things. He would use up his limit on each fucking round of each thing. Like each thing has like a limit for each day. So he would do so many on this one and so many on this other, and until he finally got enough that he liked and edited it together and came up with like a minute and something, you know, trailer like that looks pretty cool. But that's a lot of work, really. Like, I mean, even though the AI is doing the real thing, like making the images for you, but like to be, you know, using all just the free versions and be very limited, but to be able to go here and do a few, get some decent things, and then over a few weeks period of time, come up with something that looked pretty cool, you know?
Right.
Yeah. So I think once, yeah, like, so, there was something that over the weekend, and I can't remember, man. Shit. There's so much that goes on, man. Like, there's been a couple of times I've called and listened to the phone number, and it's usually just 5 because, like, I don't really care to. But I know that InfoWars isn't just Alex Jones on there all the time. Like, yeah, I've hit it, but a lot of times I'm not. That's just. It seems like that
Oh,
number
well, if
5.
you push 1, no, channel 1 is Alex Jones and InfoWarriors, and 5 is Clyde Lewis Coast to Coast, or I'm sorry, Clyde Lewis Ground Zero. But sometimes for some reason, if there's not like a Ground Zero episode playing, it'll just revert back to number 1 or whatever and play InfoWars.
Oh, okay.
Weird.
I mean, I've listened to a little bit of InfoWars, but the number 5 seems to be the one where you get some of the real interest. You know, like I was thinking that's where I was hearing something about some.
Yeah, it's more paranormal type stuff on that.
That's what I was
Yeah.
like. I listened, like it was like it what might not have been over the weekend, but whatever night it was, and then the next day I told you that's what happened because you were like sometimes like that night I was talking about I don't know if I'm gonna be able to sleep, and then you was like try that number out, you know that you got, and so I'd put it on 5, and I remember like within 5 or 10 minutes I was asleep because I remember waking
I
up.
know, right? It does that. Yeah.
Yeah, you know, and I don't even know where it was at, but it was like it was about some alien stuff or something. I don't know. Like I just remember I'm listening to it, and then before I knew it, I was waking up and realizing I'd been asleep, and like I was like, oh shit, the phone's still on, and you know, like so that was kind of nice.
Yeah, that's what I like about it because it just calms my mind down, and it'll be something interesting. The next thing you know, I'm asleep, and I'm like, damn it, I was really into that. So like normally the next morning, I'll call it back, and it loops and show the next night, you know. So I kind of catch up during the day on what I missed.
Let's see. Well, we've been going about an hour and 22 minutes. I'm gonna try to let's try to just hang in there. I'm gonna try to wrap it up about an hour and a half. Like I've been like trying to well, like if things are going good, I don't mind staying on, but like sometimes like I have to realize it's something like right now my ass is telling me how long I've been sitting. Of course I can get up and stretch. That sounds kind of you know what I mean? I've been sitting in this chair like an hour and a half almost. Like I've been up and a few times right as I was getting started. Now the cool thing is I am on my phone and my laptop. So you know I can like when I'm doing this, I keep the phone plugged up and the laptop's always plugged up because the laptop, it's a refurbished laptop, you know, and its battery, like it was updated to a Windows 11 and all that. So it's got all the newest shit, but like as far the battery wasn't replaced or whatever. So the battery like will die within a couple hours when it's supposed to be like a 6 or 8 hour, you know. So when I'm streaming, I definitely have it plugged up, like the laptop, so I don't have to worry about that. But see, now as I'm talking, I'm up stretching my legs, so it's really not that big a deal. Although I've had my shoes and socks on for most of the day since I've been up doing stuff. Here in a little bit, I didn't want to take my shoes and socks off and go out in the yard barefoot.
Yeah, I gotta leave here in 10 minutes. I gotta go pick up my kiddos. Yeah, I actually do a foot detox.
Oh man. Yeah, I need to get. That's probably something I'll do tonight too. Is boil some tea like I've been doing ever since you had told me about it, and then like I read about it and stuff, how good it is for you and stuff. So,
man, it makes your feet feel really good. I do Epsom salt and black tea.
Yeah, that's what I've been doing. If I had like the other night, I did it just Epsom salt. I forgot to. I had something in the pot. Like I think I had some coffee that was in the pot that I would normally be making tea in, and I was still going to be. It was coffee I could still use the next day, so I didn't make any tea that night. Because like I do have a percolator I could use it. I just hadn't used it in a long time. When I do coffee, I only have a few cups in them, you know, usually, and so I just get up and make a small pot. Like I just put grounds in fucking water and just boil it. Like fucking hardcore style, like.
Dude, I know people that eat fake coffee grounds.
Well, I mean, I have done that before, but I'm just meaning like like my friend Earl always called it cowboy coffee. Like before they had the metal things that they do it and percolate it in and all that you can do on the campfire. Like I guess a long time ago, like if you didn't have any other way, that's kind of how you did it. And like you know. You pour like once it's done, you pour like a little bit of cold water on it, and it helps all the grounds fall to the bottom. I never really have a problem with grounds being in, you know, in it. Like I've had that problem more sometimes from a modern day coffee maker because the filter got in there wrong or something than I have with this method. And that percolator is pretty cool. It's just that, like, it says I can make a smaller amount, but anytime I ever tried to do like just a fork, like the lowest amount that it said I could, it didn't really. It's like you really kind of have to fill it up to like where the water's almost to the bottom of the damn thing. That you put the coffee in, like it's like a metal thing that has a lid on it.
Oh yeah,
sure
yeah.
Yeah, and it's like, and it's built like it's got a little thing that comes out of it. So once it's done, and the top is like clear, and you'll see the water bubbling and stuff, and it'll start steaming out the fucking little percolator or the thing where the liquid comes out of. It makes some good coffee. I just haven't used it in a while because it's real. I've got to use it. I've got to make a lot. Like I pretty much almost have to fill it up, and then now, of course, I can just get up and reheat it like I do the pot. But it's like it's a little bit more effort. Like just getting up, and throwing some grounds in the water, and just turning it on high. It's like real easy. But now that I'm looking at it and talking about it, I think I might get it out, clean it up, and tomorrow maybe I'll make. Because I've been like for the past 2 or 3 days, I haven't been really having a lot of caffeine or anything. Just kind of trying to wean like limit myself to a few things and trying to see how I feel like naturally without, certain things. Like,
dude, did you see that lady that she like recorded herself like washing her panties in the fucking coffee pot in the hotel?
Yeah, I saw that, and
that's
there was a
fucking
bunch
disgusting,
of people
dude.
started realizing. Yeah, a bunch of people started realizing. Wait a minute, I stayed in that room. Like I fucking stayed in that room.
Oh, man.
Yeah, that's.
I mean, dude.
What a fucking
Dirtbag bitch. That's so fucking disgusting.
Yeah, that's really nasty. That's gross.
And
Like,
we stay in a lot of hotels, and like me and the kids, we always love using those little coffee pots in there, coffee makers. And like, yeah, man, for someone to be fucking washing their runtadunts in there, it's fucking disgusting.
Yeah, it is what it is, man. But the fact that she put it on fucking social media talking about it.
I know, right?
You don't film yourself talking about it and telling people like, hey, this is what I do.
Yeah, it's a life hack. Yeah, right.
Yeah, like, God dang. I mean, anyway, but that's a good one.
Yeah, she said she learned it from flight attendants or something.
Oh my God, really?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I could see that.
Yeah. You imagine how.
I don't know. Like, I mean, I've put a lot worse in my body, so I would prefer not to know that someone had done that with a coffee maker. That I might make a cup of coffee or whatever the fuck out of and consume it. But like. Now that
from
I think
now on,
about
I'm going to run a cycle of water or two through before I make any.
Yeah, like, and let it run heat the water up and run through there hot like that. It'd kind of help,
sterilize.
Huh?
Help sterilize, yeah.
Yeah. Now I could see that would be a life hack. Like if you were at home and wanted to buy a cheap coffee maker just to do that at your home, separate from making the shit that you want to drink, then that's kind of like different. But like using the motel shit and something that is universal for whoever stays in that room, that's kind of like gross. Like, but we live in.
At least use the sink or the bathtub or something.
Yeah. But when you said that you think she said she got it from flight attendants, then that blows my mind. That means there ain't no telling, because flight attendants go every fucking where, dude. So
I know, dude.
just about, that's something to think about when you're going in a motel or hotel, even a fancy one that costs some money. Other people stayed there. You don't know exactly really how clean it is after someone came in. I bet if you were to have one of those lights and had turned off in the dark and had one of them lights, you're still going to see stains somewhere, even in the nicest.
Absolutely.
You know, and that so, but I don't know. Yeah, man, let's wrap this up because you're gonna have to go get your kids, and I'm gonna get out of here, get off here, get up, move around, go out in the yard, kind of scan around, see what else I can do in the trailer. This helped me just get back in the swing of doing some streaming, and I wanted to specifically, we've had a few people watch and hear, be listening, had a couple interactions. Tank is a really good dude. He's working on that board game and he does artwork for other people's stuff. He's also got some AI music that he's done based on Skyrim, but he's also knows how to play.
Yeah, I heard some of that. That was dope.
Okay, you were in the chat that day, weren't you, or something? You were.
Yeah.
And there was a discussion about turning in like taking what he's done with the AI and having real people that are musicians like coordinate and come up with like a recording of real people like doing an interpretation. That would be really cool. But anyway, I found what he had created pretty interesting. I thought it was pretty cool. And I don't know much about video games, so like he's been streaming and doing some Skyrim playing, and I'll go in there and watch, but I don't know what the hell's going on. Stuff looks cool on video games, but he says I'm a silly Billy. Yeah, Tank. But we're about to get out of here. He's got to go. He's gonna go pick his kids up, and I'm gonna get up out of this chair and do some more stuff around here. Might just walk around the trailer for about 10 more times. I've been taking walks around the trailer so I don't have the dogs following me down the damn road and then that white dog wanting to chase cars. It's just as easy to go round and round.
Yeah.
But I appreciate you.
Well, it's good talking with you, man. It was a good stream.
Yeah. It was a good time because when you said that you were all like you took off today because of the rain, I was like, well, man, I might as well try to see if we could get something fitted in here during the day. And just get a first time, like this is the first time the two of us like are on screen together or whatever. And whether, you know what I'm saying? So it's been fun. I think we got something cooking, y'all. Y'all just going to have to stay tuned and it'll come about. We'll keep you informed as we get more kind of organized with what it is. I think the way it's going organically is going to make it better once we do finally launch a real thing with the title, Yep, like, share, and stay magnificent. So until next time, you guys, you know how I say it, ditto.
Ditto. See you later.